G'day good people, Sawadee Cup. Dave here, thanks for clicking on my video. So, boredom in Thailand. You might be thinking, how can you get bored in Thailand? How on earth can you possibly be bored in Thailand? Well, the reality is, it can be an issue for some expats living here. It is different living here than it is being on a holiday here for 2 weeks, a month, 2 months or whatever. It's a totally different thing living here. It's not a problem for me. I'm super busy. I'm keeping myself plenty busy. So yeah, I am not bored, and I never will get bored. I'm never bored. I always find something to do, and I've got my hobbies. So you want to move to Thailand? Well, once you've moved here and after you've settled in, after a few months and you've settled in and the dust has settled, you're gonna need to find a hobby. Everyone needs a hobby, especially here in Thailand. Like, for example, spending every night in a bar drinking is not a healthy lifestyle. It's not a hobby. But there's nothing wrong with going out every now and then and having a few drinks, having some fun, blowing off some steam. You know, that's fine to do that every now and then. You know, in moderation. That's the key. It's not a pastime. It's not an ideal pastime. It's not a healthy lifestyle. It's not a hobby. Like, you know, you always hear about expats, you know, that live here. They hang out in bars all the time, hang out with bar girls and drink themselves stupid, and they blow all their money on bar girls, and yeah, maybe something else as well, but yeah, you know what I mean. Well, they get too involved with a bar girl and they fall for a bar girl, and you know, they end up draining they end up, yeah, they drain them of that too. They end up draining their bank accounts of every single dollar that they have. Yeah, they end up getting scammed, lose all their money, and then the bar girl gives them the flick, kicks them to the gutter, and moves on to the next bloke. And the cycle begins again. You know, people falling into that trap it's all too common in Thailand. You hear about it all the time. You hear about it way too often. And I shouldn't joke about it. I should not joke about it because it's not funny. It is, in fact, it's literally a deadly serious issue. And some of the men that this happens to, they might be, I don't know, they might be older, they might be really lonely, and I've got to say it, but they might be a little bit gullible as well. And they end up falling for a bar girl. You know, a lot of them are getting scammed, getting ripped off by these bar girls. And they lose a hell of a lot of money, if not all of their money. And then, you know, they've lost their life savings. Their lives are now ruined by these bar girls. And it leads to serious mental health issues. It leads to depression. And it can and has led to suicides. But you quite often, all too often, hear about foreigners throwing themselves off the balcony, you know, taking their own lives by throwing themselves off a balcony. And that's part of the reason why. That's one of the reasons why they do that. They take their own lives, because their lives have been destroyed by a not nice bar girl, by a scammer. And that's not to say that all bar girls are like that. Not all bar girls are bad people. I'm sure some bar girls are lovely people. They're there to provide a legitimate service. It's a business for them. And if hanging out with bar girls is what you do, or what you intend on doing when you come here, be careful, treat it as a business transaction, because that's what it is. It's a business transaction. Treat it like that. Nothing more. Yeah, don't get scammed. And there's the other side to it too. Like you do hear sometimes of Farangs and bar girls developing really good long-term relationships. And, they maybe get married or maybe start a family and live happily ever after. It does happen. You do hear of it. But the chances of it all going pear-shaped and getting ripped off, the chances of it all going wrong are far higher than, if you were to find an office worker, or, I don't know, someone who works in a department store or a street food vendor, whatever. Your chances are a lot higher of finding a good, successful, long-term relationship with someone like that rather than a bar girl. If that's what you're doing now, or what you intend on doing when you come to Thailand, is like looking to find a legitimate long-term relationship with a bar girl, you're playing with fire, man. You are playing with fire. Just be very, very careful. You could get lucky, but nah, I wouldn't advise it. I would not advise it. But for me, I'm a very happily married man. I barely drink anymore, and I'm certainly not into the bar scene. But anyway, back to the topic at hand, and that's hobbies. Hobbies here in Thailand. You can do so many different things here in Thailand, and you could continue on with the hobby you had in your home country here in Thailand. That could be possible too. There's so many things to do here in Thailand. Like golf. Golf is huge here. You could take up golf. And that's something I've actually had a slight inkling of a thought of getting into in the future, maybe. Golf. Photography, videography. Start a YouTube channel. Whatever blows your hair back. Whatever you want to do, the possibilities are endless. If you'd have said to me, I don't know, 5 years ago, 3 years, even 2 years ago, that I would have a YouTube channel in the future, I would have rolled on the floor in fits of laughter, and I would have said you've fallen down a bloody wombat hole and gone mad. But here I am, 8 months and 20 odd videos into a YouTube channel. Me of all people. It blows my mind sometimes. It's good. Like, I like to push myself. It's good. It's healthy to push yourself out of your comfort zone sometimes, every now and then. And for me, starting up a YouTube channel was like really pushing myself. It was a big shove out of my comfort zone to start up this channel. But yeah, here I am. Believe it or not, I'm a bit of an introvert by nature, and I'm a bit of a loner. Well, no, I'm a lot of a loner. I am very much a loner. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy my own company, and it's a healthy thing for my personality. For me, it's ideal for me. I enjoy my own company, and I'm never bored. I always find stuff to do. I think it's a healthy thing. You sort of, I don't know, you learn about yourself, and I don't know, it might sound all airy-fairy, but you get in touch with your inner self. But it's true, you do. Yeah, it's good. It's healthy. It's healthy. I've spent years living alone, and like even now, living here in Thailand with my wife Noi, she's a very busy woman. She's a very busy career woman, and during the week, we might see each other for 20, 30 minutes maybe each day when she finishes work. That's it. And that's fine by me, and it's fine by her. You know, she pursues a career, does what she wants to do, and I've got my hobbies and I can do whatever it is that I want to do. So it works really well. Works really well for us. And for some people living in Thailand long term, loneliness can be, well, it is an issue. It can be an issue. But, you know, there are videos on YouTube that talk about that and combating loneliness and what to do about it and all that sort of thing and what have you. But I'm not going to talk about that because I don't get lonely. I just, you know, I enjoy being alone. So I don't, you know, I'm not qualified, for want of a better word, you know, to talk about that. And if you are a quiet, introverted sort of person, you still need a hobby. You know, sitting on an idyllic tropical island on a beautiful idyllic beach, you know, all day, every day, it's eventually it's gonna get old. It's gonna wear thin. I don't know. For me, that might take a long time to do that, but it would eventually. It'd start to get old, even for me, that loves the beach. And you know, sitting around at home watching movies all day, it's not the ideal thing. You know, you need to keep your mind and your body active, especially in retirement as you're getting older. You know, you've got to keep moving. You've got to keep your mind moving, keep your mind active and keep your body moving. Like they say, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And it is true. You know, if sitting around at home and watching movies a lot was what you did back in your own country, I mean, by all means, you can still do that, but you got to keep yourself active as well. Like sitting around at home watching movies all the time, sadly, back in Australia, that's all a lot of people could afford to do because it's just so bloody expensive in Australia. And having said that, that's one of the main reasons, a big reason why people choose to come to Thailand to live, because the cost of living is a lot less. And with the cost of living being a lot less here in Thailand, it frees up some money so you can pursue a hobby and, you know, do the things that you want to do in life, in retirement, because it's cheaper to live. The cost of living is cheaper in Thailand. I don't know, I can, you know, some of you are down in the comments right about now saying, oh, Thailand isn't cheap anymore, or it's not as cheap as it used to be. Well, no, it's wrong. Thailand is still cheap. The second part to that is of Thailand not being as cheap as it used to be. No, it's not as cheap as it used to be. But nowhere is as cheap as it used to be. You know, inflation. Inflation is a worldwide thing. Thailand isn't immune to that. Nowhere stays the same or gets cheaper. Doesn't happen. Providing you come to Thailand with enough money to fund your desired lifestyle. You know, you gotta do a bit of research homework before you come here, obviously. Work out how much money you need. It's really not that difficult to do, but you've got to do that before you come here, obviously. But yeah, it is true that Thailand isn't as cheap as it used to be because of inflation. And the foreign exchange rates hasn't helped that either. Although this year that seems to be getting a little bit better. Let's just hope that trend continues, but who knows, really. But one thing for certain is Thailand is still a shovel load, a truckload cheaper than Australia or anywhere else in the West. But the bottom line is you got to keep your mind and your body active, especially in retirement as you get older. Like I said before about the saying, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And you don't want to end up getting bored and end up hanging out in bars and pouring copious amounts of beer down your neck. That's not going to end well, like I said before. All right, I'm going to take some of my own advice and get up and go for a walk. I'll pack all my gear up and we'll go for a walk and I'll continue to waffle on. All right, so let's go for a wander over yonder. I've done a video here before and I came across this old Australian car, an old HR Holden, made in Australia. 1960s, 1966 they came out, I believe. And they're rare as in Australia, you just don't see them. So, and to see one in Thailand, so let's go have a look. So what are my hobbies then? Well, one of my hobbies is this, what I'm doing right now, talking to you. Yeah, YouTube. And yep, the HR's still there. Get a bit closer. Yep, there it is, still there. What a thing of beauty, hey? Just gonna walk around here and have a look at it. There you go, look at that. I don't know what that says on the windscreen. But yeah. And it's pretty clean really, it's, you know, pretty straight. It'll be ideal for a restoration, that's for sure. But it's not for me. Cars aren't my things anymore. That's not one of my hobbies anymore. But listen, there you go, there's another thing you could do. Restore cars. You know, work on cars. And another one of my hobbies is, as my subscribers know full well, riding my bike. I love riding my bike. And sometimes, you know, on the odd occasion I'll go for a long ride. Like recently I went down to Chompon for a multi-day ride. I love riding my bike. And I love going for rides, random rides to nowhere in particular. You know, I love going out and exploring on my bike. And another thing I do like to do while I'm out on my bike is find places like this to film. Or find somewhere nice and peaceful and relaxing to chill. And also where I can film videos, like here, especially in temples. I love coming to temples and I find them very calming, relaxing places. I'll walk down here, I think. Yeah, I find it very calming and relaxing, and it helps me to do these videos. It helps me to be more creative. It clears my mind, and yeah, that's one of my big things, one of my big hobbies is just going out exploring. Yeah, so my two main hobbies are YouTube and riding my bike, and I do prioritize YouTube because I'm enjoying learning a new skill, or several new skills. So, and it keeps me busy. It keeps me really busy, especially the editing process. Man, the editing, that can be, I'm gonna turn around, it's too noisy down there. Yeah, the editing process can be a bit laborious sometimes, but that's my own fault when that happens, because you know, like my recent trip down to Chompon, I took my camera. I wasn't going to vlog and I didn't have a plan, so I just started filming random stuff, and I ended up getting back home and I had like 3.5 hours of footage, and I had to whittle it down to scrape up 2 videos out of it, and they didn't do very well because, quite frankly, they weren't very good videos. The first one of the 2 was the best, but yeah, they weren't very good at all. And the other reason I put YouTube as a priority is because I can make a few bucks from it as well. So, you know, why not? But the main thing is I'm enjoying learning a new set of skills. It keeps me active, keeps my brain active, keeps my body active by walking around and waffling to you guys. Also, sometimes I'll make riding my bike a priority, to give myself a break from YouTube. And also because I'm not getting any younger, and there will come a day when I won't be able to ride bikes anymore. Let's just hope that's long into the future when that happens. But yeah, I want to ride bikes when I'm 90. Well, you can only hope. You can but dream, hey? And one of my old hobbies, I wouldn't mind getting back to, but I just haven't got time for it, is playing my guitar. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. Like the guitar, since I moved to Thailand, the guitar was set up upstairs in the bedroom, collecting dust. So, like just last week, I actually brought my guitar and my amplifier downstairs and put it beside my desk, where my computer is and where I edit stuff. So at least I can pick it up every now and then and play it. But I just haven't got time. YouTube takes up my time. And it's like sitting at home playing my guitar. It's not being active. It's not being physically active anyway. Definitely keeps my mind active, but it's not keeping me physically active. So yeah, I sort of put that on the back burner. Like maybe like in between YouTube videos, if it's not suitable weather for riding, if it's raining or whatever, then yeah, I'll plug my guitar in and put on a blues backing track and jam away for a while. When I get time, that is, of course. You know, this retirement cape is busy, man. In a lot of ways, I'm busier now than what I was when I was working. Go figure. And I used to work, oh Jesus, sometimes, some weeks, you know, 90, 100, 120 hours a week. I'm not joking. Yeah, I was a disability support worker, so there was a lot of sleepover shifts included in that 120 hours or whatever. But that all went pear-shaped in the end, thanks to the government. But yeah, that's another story I'm not getting into. But yeah, mostly I like to go out on my bike, exploring and, you know, finding nice, beautiful, calm, serene places like this beautiful, quiet temple here. It is fantastic here. I love it. Absolutely love it. Particularly this temple. I don't know, it's got something about it that calms me. It's nice and quiet, and there's beautiful, you know, garden areas over there and nice shady spots everywhere. It's just beautiful here. So yeah, there you go. They're my hobbies. And I'd love to hear what your hobbies are. Like, you know, whether you're in Thailand or planning to come to Thailand. If you're in Thailand, what do you do? What are your hobbies? And if you're still planning to come to Thailand, what hobbies do you intend on taking up? You know, you got to have a hobby. Everyone needs a hobby. And it'd be interesting I'd really love to read about what that is in the comments. And I don't know, maybe get a discussion going and a few discussions going, and yeah, that'd be good. That'd be cool. You know, it is really important that you either continue on with the hobbies you had in your own country, or you start new hobbies alongside your new life here in Thailand. It's very important, especially as you get older, to keep physically active and mentally active. I don't want to end up like my mum was before she passed. You know, she had dementia, and yeah, it wasn't pretty at all. I don't want to end up like that. Oh, that's another thing too. I've started taking lion's mane mushrooms. So this is only the second day. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it increases my brain power, makes me more creative, and yeah, prevents dementia. Hopefully it prevents all that stuff. Bloody camera overheated again, so I've come back here and I'm sat on my backside. I haven't got my tripod set up. I'm just filming this with my selfie stick. So, what are my plans for the near future and plans for my channel? Well, hopefully making enough money on YouTube to buy a new bloody camera. Sick of this thing overheating. GoPros aren't really designed for, you know, sitting here for a long period of time talking. They're action cameras. They're supposed to be strapped to motorcycle helmets and surfboards and what have you. They like the airflow going through them. But anyway, well, my plans for the future of this channel, for the near future for the channel, well, my recent trip down to Chomphon, those videos flopped. I didn't have a plan, that's why. But anyway, on the way back from Chomphon, I stopped at a place called Cha, and it was beautiful. It was fantastic, and it's not all that far from Bangkok. It's only about, I don't know, 4 hours or something from where I live, which is on the other side, north of Bangkok. So it's about 4 hours-ish, including stops. And that's, you know, that was nice. I really enjoyed Cha. So that's on my list of winners. It's the only place on my list of winners so far. But it's made me think about going back down to, like earlier this year, I went down to Koh Chang, and on the way to Koh Chang, I stopped at a place called Bang Sam. It's not all that far from Pattaya. And that was nice too. So yeah, I think I'd like to go back there and see if that would be a place for me to go to get away from the crazy busy Greater Bangkok area where we live, just for a couple of days, just to recharge and just to get away from the busy area every now and then. Another place that I might check out as well is Bang Sarai, it's called. I have to do a bit of research on that. I don't know much about it, but apparently, or in some of the comments on some of my earlier videos, people suggested Bang Sarai might be a place to check out. So I'll do that. I'll go check out Bang Sarai, and I'll also I'll check out Jomtien as well. But I've got a feeling that's going to be a bit, you know, a bit busy, a bit rowdy, a bit noisy. You know, apparently it's calmer, it's quieter, and, you know, a different atmosphere. Fish jumping out the water. Different atmosphere to Pattaya. I didn't like Pattaya. It was too busy for my liking, and yeah, I'm not into that whole scene. So yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing that's exciting for me is Noi in July or August will be able to, you know, have a week off of work. And she suggested that, you know, she said that she might, tiny little flies in wet season, anyway. Yeah, Noi suggested that in June or July she'd like to take a week off and maybe go somewhere. We don't know where we're going to go. I asked her, I said, where do you want to go? She said, up to you. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about that, and I don't know, we'll go somewhere for a week, or I don't know, a few days or whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'd be awesome to be able to go away and spend some good quality time with Noi. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, and I've got a few ideas for videos, and I might even put some of those ideas up in the community section on my YouTube channel and do it like a vote thing, and, you know, whichever video people want me to make is the one I'll make. So yeah, that's the immediate plans, the plans for the near future of my channel, and for me and for Noi. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna wind the video up now, but before I do, I've got a few shout outs to do. One is to my old workmate Ralph from my Bridgestone days. Awesome bloke, really is. It was, yeah, it made working at Bridgestone bearable, working with you, Ralph. It really did. But yeah, he's sent me another coffee. It's 3 times he's sent me coffees now, and he's also, I just found out yesterday actually, he's actually become a member of my channel. I went and checked my membership thing and I didn't remember, and I looked and it was Ralph. And also someone sent me a super thanks as well. D-E-W, I don't know, do 4040. Good on you, mate. Thank you very much for sending me that super thanks. Really appreciate it. It's awesome. And oh yeah, I've got 3 members now in my channel. I've got, like, my wife, Noi, she was the first. And there was a fellow Adelaidean, Tom. He seems like a top bloke. He does. He seems cool. And now Ralph. So yeah, the membership area, all it is at the moment is just you get a badge next to your name, and you prioritise answers to your comments and a shout out in a video. That's another thing I'll do with the channel too, is I'll expand that more and do more with that. Yeah, I'll do that, I don't know, soon, one day soon. But yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to wind it up here. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it and you're a regular viewer of my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. That'd be awesome. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.